Hey, it's Max, coming at you with another speed paint. This time I wanted to do more of a gesture drawing. So here I am just kind of warming up. I do a couple different poses just from my gesture drawing folder that I keep on my desktop. Always fun to flick through Pinterest and find some new stuff. Um, so I chose this one here. I just really liked the lighting in it. Um, it's pretty good pose, some good light and shadow going on, so I wanted to practice that. So I have been recently being a lot more painterly. So even though I I tend to do a sketch and then another sketch and then sometimes another sketch and then inks and then put everything in like that. But I feel like it just really doesn't suit me as well as painting. I am much more drawn to being looser. So you can see I spend a lot of time trying to get everything very clean. I wish that I could illustrate in a really clean style, but that's just not me, and that's okay. So here I am, just putting in a shadow and a light, and it's all very loose. A lot of it's soft brush, and this has really been working for me. And yeah, just going form by form, volume by volume, trying to figure out the colors because even the shadows, there's so much bounce light coming from the floor in the reference image. It's this bright red floor. I don't know what material it is, but it's so red. So even the shadows are incredibly saturated. Even here in this initial drawing, like it's way more washed out compared to the reference. Here I am just pushing the shadows and the highlights a little bit more. Getting that little bit on the top of the thigh there, just a little bit. There's a lot of twisting in this pose. Um, the way that the figure is angled towards the light gets some very nice clean edges on the light source, and I wanted to bring that in. Here I'm rendering out that her left arm there. Got some really good anatomy on that arm. Very nice muscles. Always fun to draw muscles. And then figuring out the hair a bit. I think that the hair, I could have made it a bit more dramatic. It was certainly very simple in the reference. Had a little bit of fun with it, but I think that gets a little lost. Here I start putting in a little bit more detail into the hair, trying to get some of the shininess, some of the texture into the hair. It's very delicate. I've drawn or painted rather, I've painted the hair rather blocky, which is nice for showing volume, but the chunks get a little confusing, doesn't read as hair all the time. But I come back to that later. A lot of the time, I find it's really helpful when you're focusing in on one area of a painting or drawing and you're getting a little confused, getting a little fed up with it to go to somewhere else and uh, come back later. So at this point, I push the figure as far as I felt at the moment. I come back to it later, but I wanted to put in some of the background, some of the environment, get some dust particles in the air. I think that just lends to the atmosphere a little bit. And then I put it away because I got to focus in on the figure again. At some point, I did use a color picker to actually look at how saturated these shadows were, and they are very saturated. So trying to get everything to match with the environment is very important in this piece. And this is about where I left it off. Here's the finished piece. Change a little bit of the tonal correction. Um, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Please leave me a comment if you'd like to see me draw something. I'm always open to trying new stuff. Thanks. Bye.